What is good, my friends? So, I wanted to do a little impromptu, right? So, like, there might be light streaming in and I don't look the same, but it's because recently I was putting together some footage for Patreon from things that aren't on YouTube that are like from my trip to California and Florida, etc. Excuse me. And I came across this. So at first, it's totally normal. I'm just walking through some water, right? And a little pan around. We're on Cannon Beach in Oregon. And if you've seen my little video diaries from Aftershock from last year, you've seen the rest of it. I'm walking around and I'm with Will. And in this footage, you can hear Will, right? You can hear him better once I've gotten out of the water. But you can, he's there the whole time. You can hear him. He comes from the left and you hear him move across to the right, right? I'll show you again in a second. And I pan around, and he's there the whole time. And the more I've watched it, the more I've realised that you don't see him. It's so weird. Let me show you again. So I went and had a little look, and from what I can tell, I do about a 300-degree turn after I've looked up, right? And please help me pick this apart, because I'm just me, you know what I mean? And I want to find a logical explanation to it. It's been freaking me out. I turn almost all the way around, so it does leave a tiny little blind spot. But from what I figured out, he's not in that anyway, because just listen to the audio. I boosted the I brought all the highs up so you can hear him a bit better. Just check out the positioning of where he actually is based on the audio. So you'll see that as I turn to my left, right, I've just come up and I look pretty much, I'm starting to turn as I get to the horizon, right? So I'm up and I'm on a very slight diagonal and I go pretty much all the way around until we can see the rocks off in the distance. But if you hear, as I'm panning past the water, I'll probably put it up on screen right now. As I'm coming around, I get to sort of where the water meets the sand, and you hear Will, he says, wow, like that. And then maybe a second and a half later, he says, wow again. But based on where the sound comes from, he should be, the first wow, he should be about to come into frame. And the second wow, it sounds like he's just turned towards the camera and said, wow, like he's gone, wow, like as if he's looked at me to be like, wow, look at this. And he should have just gone out of frame. But during the whole sweep, you don't see him once. I've slow-moed it, I've gone frame by frame. You don't see him. You just don't see him. And it's absolutely mental, and I can't figure it out. And I kind of need your help to try and figure it out, because, like, he's my best mate. You know what I mean? Is my best friend a ghost or a vampire or a shapeshifter? Like, what's going on? And with everything that's been happening lately, with the Tic Tac and all that, and everything that's attached to all that, it's freaking me out. It's freaking me out, friends. But yeah, check it out. Like, you just don't see him. You just don't see him. I'm not saying it's anything like paranormal or supernatural or whatever, but what the hell? It doesn't make sense. Like I say, there's a window, from what I've seen, from scrubbing the video back and forward and back. I don't do a full 360, right? Granted, but why is his voice over here? If he is on my left, in the tiniest, it's got to be 45 degrees, right? I must have done a 315-degree turn. If he is in that slight little tiny 45-degree window that I've not looked at, over here, why is his voice over here? Twice. The direction of the audio speaks volumes. It speaks volumes, and I can't figure it out, and I just need your help. That's all, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's weird, I'm not saying it's anything, but I'm not saying it's not. You know what I mean? Let's be open-minded, let's try and figure it out with our brains, let's get some logic behind this.